Now, much of the video and interviews we've shown you today are part of a comprehensive multi-platform project examining issues impacting Oklahoma. Criminal justice reform is just one of the areas students at Oklahoma State University's capstone class for multimedia journalism took an in-depth look into. Now, joining me now is Zach Furman, a senior at OSU who shot video for this project around the state. So, Zach, is this the first time you ever got to meet someone that's been an offender?
It was indeed. You obviously have the stories that you hear, you know, the people who have done really serious crimes, really bad offenses. These aren't those people. These are people who just made a bad decision, just had a bad lot in life, just had, even in some cases, just had a really bad night. And they have families, they have aspirations, they have dreams, they want what anybody else wants. They just happen to be in a much different place than we are for the time being. So learning that these are people who have just the same goals, the same hopes, the same wants and desires, that really was eye-opening in learning about how these programs work and how this system is functioning.
You know, the governor has just signed into law some reforms that should be at least a first step into making it a little easier to rejoin society. As you talk to these people that were really just on the cusp of being released, were they excited?
Oh yeah. One of the ladies we talked to, a girl named Sean, had just gotten out very recently, I think just a few months ago. The light in her eyes of being able to do what she's doing and the places she wants to go. And then the people that we talked to at first, Star Timmons and Brittany Ritchie, they were in the process of graduating the team program and working towards release. They were over the moon about just what they were going to do when they got out, who they were going to go see, what they were going to go do. It gave us hope, us as a team, us as a group. It gave us hope in seeing what they had in store for them and knowing that this was just a sample of how things are going for the people in these programs.
Yeah, and I'm always struck. You know, sometimes the difference between success and failure with some of these people is simply opportunity.
Nobody saw it as a handout. Everybody saw it as an opportunity to pull themselves out of the situation they were in, to take where they were at and use it as that learning opportunity to say, I never want to be here again. So with these opportunities, I'm going to make the most of this chance and really go out there and get it.
And not to be callous in any form or fashion, but essentially what you're doing is you're taking someone that has been inside the system that's costing the state money, and you're hopefully being able to put them back into society where they can be a contributor and a taxpayer.
Exactly, and that's how it was put all the way down the line, from talking to the people at team, from talking to any of the state representatives we talked to, from talking to the inmates themselves. It was all on the line of, we want to be functional. You know, to put it in that term, it was, we want to be back in society as like you said, a taxpayer, as a contributing member, and as someone who just has something going for them as opposed to just being a burden on the system.
Well, Zach, it was certainly some nice work that you and your colleagues put together. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it.
Now, if you'd like to learn more about criminal justice reform in Oklahoma, we do have a link to all the work Zach and his colleagues put together, and I'll tell you, it's an eye-opener. Now, to see that and much, much more, just head to our website at okhorizon.com and look for that link under this segment.